Hello, I'm Vanessa Carvajal, Director of San Bernardino Park.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your support over the last several years. In fact, we're going on year number 8 of the Inland Sports Show. It has certainly changed and evolved over the years, and you guys have been along for the entire journey. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're on social media, so if you're already following us or subscribing, great. But you can also tell your teammates, your people at school, your family, your friends. There's the Inland Sports YouTube channel, approaching 2 million views. We got several thousand subscribers. We appreciate it. And make sure you share with other folks who might not be subscribing. Same goes for Twitter. We're on Twitter as well. And if you're looking for immediate results, breaking news, we post pictures and shorter videos. Check us out on Twitter. That's Inland_Sports on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook. Yeah, we're still doing Facebook. In fact, we live stream the Inland Sports Show on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can check it out there live on Wednesday nights at 6:05 p.m. We're also on the Gram, the IG. If you want to see pictures and shorter videos from a lot of the games and events that we go to, you can check it out on Instagram. So if you support us by following along on social media, thank you so much. And if you'd like to take that to the next level, Inland Sports also has a Venmo account. If you'd like to financially support the show, you appreciate the service we provide to the IE, you can do that as well. Again, this is just an opportunity to say thank you to all you guys out there who follow the Inland Sports Show. You watch the Inland Sports Show each and every week. Thank you guys so much, and the best is yet to come. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for.
The City of San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the City of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
I am Vanessa Carbajal, Community Recreation Manager from the City of San Bernardino Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. To let you know, the San Bernardino Arts Fest is back. San Bernardino Arts Fest will be held at Court Street Square, right in the heart of downtown San Bernardino, on Saturday, March 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will have local performance groups, various artists, vendors displaying and selling their work, San Bernardino Unified School District Student Showcase, novelty items, and of course, a variety of food. For those of you who would like to participate as a vendor, go to sbcity.org/parks by February 21st. Artists must be either a San Bernardino or Riverside County resident. For more about the Arts Fest, please call 909-384-5233 or go to sbcity.org/parks. We look forward to seeing you in downtown San Bernardino, coming together as a community to support local artists.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Bootsman here, breaking you with a quick 2 cent. Coachable athletes will always be the best athletes. They meet their coach's expectations, they can be pushed harder, take constructive criticism, and don't mind having more responsibility placed on their shoulders. Because of this, they see more playing time, have leadership roles on their team, and have coaches who will rave and rant about them. Being coachable doesn't require talent, but it is a skill. You can be a talented athlete on your team, but if you're not coachable, you'll never be the best athlete. Bootsman.
San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the city of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
Garcia's left footed. And welcome everyone to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We got a great show coming your way. We're going to preview the CIF Division I Girls Basketball State Championship game as Santiago head coach Mike Mitchell will join us live on the show just a little bit later. We will also go inside the Lancers with CBU baseball coach Gary Adcock. The Lancers are off to a great start. They've beaten some really good teams, and they start conference play this weekend. We'll also recap those soccer SoCal Regional Championship matches later in the show. But right now, we talk a lot of football here on the Inland Sports Show. We love to keep track of all the coaching changes, and this is a big one, and we're excited for this guy. He's a good guy and a great coach. It is Dan Barlage, the new head football coach for the Norco Cougars, joined us live on the show. He's driving around, doing all kinds of Norco things. Coach Barlage, first off, congratulations on the new gig. You've already got the Norco blue on, it looks like.
Yes, sir. I met the players for the first time today.
And how'd that go, Coach? That was my first question. Have you had a chance to talk to the guys, and have you started assembling a coaching staff? Like, what have you had a chance to do in the last couple of days?
I was able to meet the kids today. I introduced myself. I'm looking forward to getting to know the kids. I believe we're putting a staff together. It's coming together really nice. I think it's going to be a special thing. I can't tell you how excited I am about the staff we're about to put together.
Now, Coach, you had a ton of success at Valley View. I know, recently you were at RCC. Were you looking for a head coaching gig, or was Norco like just, something it was too good to not even consider? At least give it a shot here with the Cougars.
Norco, I've told everybody that I've spoken with, and anybody who knows me and the kind of coach that I am and what I like to do, Norco is probably the dream job. The way the community is, the style of play they have, the type of kids it is. I mean, it's extremely exciting to be there and humbling.
So when you saw that job open, did you have any second thoughts, or was it like, you know what, I'm going to throw my name in the mix and see what happens?
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking a big leap of faith. I've been at the same place for a long time. There's a lot of risk involved, but it was too special not to go for it.
So, Coach, are you going to be a teacher and coach on campus there?
Correct.
So here we are in the month of March, and I know, spring football is probably just beginning to ramp up right now. So what do you think the spring is going to look like for your football team? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of weight room, but do you do 7-on-7? Do you encourage maybe some guys to, run track? I know track season's already going, but what does the spring look like for a football team right now for you?
Well, right now it's just, for me, it's getting everything together, getting to know the people at Norco, getting to know the kids at Norco, trying to set up a calendar for spring practice. So we are just in the beginning phases of that. Hopefully by towards the end of April, we'll be out in the field practicing and beginning to install what we do offensively and defensively.
Coach, obviously this is a great job. It's one of the, top programs in Southern California. They've had a ton of success, and they've made the playoffs in, I think it's like 34, 35, somewhere around there, consecutive seasons.
Yeah, I believe it's 34, 35 years.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, obviously there's big expectations going in and taking over a program like this. But it sounds like you're embracing those expectations, those standards that they have at Norco High School.
Oh, I love it. It's Pep, if I said to you, we are, what would you say to me?
Norco. Everybody knows that. Right?
Correct. Correct. It's awesome. It's the tradition, the family lineage, the community. I mean, it's a special place to be around, and you've only got to go to a couple games to feel that.
Well, Coach, listen, we know you're in the car and you're driving around. Please be safe out there. We do appreciate the couple minutes that you spent with us. I just wanted to personally say congratulations, being the Norco head football coach. That is a big deal here in the Inland Empire. I couldn't think of a better guy to lead the Cougars. So congratulations, Coach. And I do appreciate you taking the time to jump on for a couple minutes.
Hey, thank you, Pep. And don't forget, we are
Norco. You got it, Coach. Hey, drive safe. Appreciate the time. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
All right, that is Dan Barlage, the new head football coach for the Norco Cougars, joining us here on the Inland Sports Show, safely making his way around the IE. All right, we're going to take our first commercial break of the night. When we come back, we're going to hoop it up with Santiago girls basketball coach Mike Mitchell. That's next. Coach Barlage, thank you so much.
What up, y'all? Boostman here, going to break you off with another quick 2 cent. Athletes, if you're looking to improve your speed, be careful not to compare yourself to your peers. Because of genetics, unfortunately, you may never be as fast as the fastest player on your team. But you can definitely improve your own personal best and steadily reach your maximum potential. Remember, if you want to continue to grow as an athlete, don't try to beat the rest, beat your best. Boostman.
Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards, and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the city of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. Big thanks to Dan Barlage, new head football coach at Norco, for joining us live on the show. But right now it is the tail end of basketball season. There's not a lot of teams still playing this deep into the season as we go into the state finals. Joining us live on the show, he is the head coach for the Santiago girls basketball team playing in the D1 finals, Mike Mitchell. And Coach, first off, congratulations on reaching the finals. Before we break down the season and talk about your big win last night against Del Norte and all those sorts of things, what has today been like for you? Because all of a sudden, you've got to get your whole team up to Sacramento by Friday. I mean, travel plans and coordinating with parents. What's today been like for you?
Oh, it's been a hectic day. I mean, I couldn't even get into work today because, you know, getting home last night, answering emails, taking phone calls, having a couple of champagnes, and then trying to organize all of this with our AD to get up north and, trying to do a itemized itinerary and also having freshman experience night here at the school. So I had to try to juggle all of that in about 6 or 7 hours and make sure that I was still ready to have a practice this afternoon.
And people bugging you like me for interviews to talk about the state finals. So add that into the mix.
Yeah, you calling one of the coaches and tell them to get them my number. So I had to listen to that as soon as the game was over.
Yeah, I told my boy.
But it's all good though.
I was messaging my boy Fleming. I'm like, hey, dude, I don't have Coach Mitchell's number. You got to get a hold of him for me. So I'm glad he did.
He tapped me on the shoulder as soon as the game was over. Yeah, I got it.
Good man. That's a good man, Coach Fleming. Well, Coach, going back to last night, that big win against Del Norte in the SoCal finals. Your team's playing really good basketball right now. What has really impressed you about your team during this playoff run?
Well, just our tenacity of coming back after getting our butts kicked against Etiwanda and Mater Dei, and then finding the resilience to come back against Windward, who had beat us early in the year by 20 points, and withstanding that pressure and then going in their place, because we had to play every game on the road in the open division finals. Every game on the road was going to be tough, and we found a way to beat Windward at their place. And then from that point on, I think our defensive prowess had really stepped up because we saw what the writing on the wall was, and we knew that if we go back down to Division I, we would be able to lock people up the way we have been doing all year.
Coach, that's a perfect segue into my next question. I was going to ask you, obviously the CIF Southern Section Open Division's brutal. There's so many good teams. But in the back of your mind, were you thinking, hey, if we get into Division I for state, we're probably going to make a run. Like, we could go really deep.
Yeah, we talked about that from the beginning. We were like, yeah, are we quite ready for open division play? And with Etiwanda and Mater Dei and Sierra Canyon and Bishop Montgomery and Sage Hill and Ontario Christian, we were kind of saying, if we drop back down to D1, I think we have a shot that we can make a run, a deep run. And lo and behold, that's what we're doing.
And it's funny you say drop down to Division I. You know what I mean? Like that Division I is still like loaded with a lot of good teams, Coach.
Yes, they are. They are. I mean, we took none of them teams lightly, but I mean, I think getting into the playoffs where we played last year and how we, we're in Division II AA and how we finished out doing that season and then losing on that last second shot to Sage Hill in the Division II regional finals was something that we said, well, next year if we get a chance to get back to the playoffs, because nothing's guaranteed, we get back to the playoffs, we want to make sure that we're as prepared as can be. Is why I scheduled such a rough, hard preseason schedule for us, so we can get into games like this and actually understand what the pressure is going to be and how we can get through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Coach, in Northern California, it was Oakland Tech beating St. Mary's for the Northern California Championship. So you'll see Oakland Tech in Sacramento on Friday night. Is it more about what you guys are doing this time of the year, or do you have to at some point just do a little homework and find out what Oakland Tech is all about as well?
Well, the best part about that is we've already played them. And they, going in, and I tell everybody right now, going into the fourth quarter, we had, just getting up there, playing that game, and we played that game, and we didn't know what to expect from them. We watched video, but didn't really understand, how good they were. And they had us down going into the fourth quarter by 17 points. And then with 11 seconds left to go in the game, we were a three-pointer away from tying it up. So we figured if we play like that in that last quarter and play like we've been doing right now in this little playoff run, I think we can go up there and give them a run for their money and hopefully, knock on wood, knock them off.
And Coach, how early on was that in the season when you saw them, and how has your team improved and progressed from that point to where we are right now?
Oh, it was the Christmas, the West Coast Jamboree up in the Bay Area, and we played three really good teams. We played Oakland Tech the first game, and then we played Antelope, who lost to go into the regional finals last year. We played them in the second game. We beat them, and then we played San Joaquin Memorial, who we played up there in Fresno the year before, and at their place. As we drove up, played the game that night, and they just handed it to us, beat us by about 30, and we were able to get the revenge game, and we beat them in the consolation championship game in that tournament, West Coast Jamboree.
You know, Coach, by design, I think you mentioned it, your non-league schedule, you play a lot of good teams and teams that you're going to, see in the Open Division playoffs or Division I for the state. You feel like you guys are battle tested? You kind of have seen everything by now?
Yeah, we've seen everything, and I make sure that I teach them. I teach my ladies how to get out of every situation. So if a team comes with something different that they think they haven't seen, we've already coached for it. That's why I got a great staff that understands that, and former players and former directors of recruiting coaches. So we just that's how we go about it. We make sure they're well prepared and we're well studied on what we're going to face.
And Coach, finally going up to Sacramento, you're going to play in an NBA arena, the home of the Sacramento Kings. How cool is that going to be to play in that big arena, and obviously with a state championship on the line?
Come on, man. We got it. First of all, it's a big arena. We have a hard enough time in small gyms. I got to try to teach the girls how to take the game one moment at a time. And not start a game off by trying to shoot deep threes, because it's a different arena. Rims are tighter. You're not used to it. I might have to show them Hoosiers on the way up there, and they're going to look at me like, what the heck is a Hoosier? So it's just the same way. Basketball is the same place in whatever gym you play in. So. All
right, Coach, one quick follow-up question. So the itinerary, like when do you guys leave? When do you get there? And do you even get a shoot around, or you just kind of roll up and, warm up for about 30 minutes and then you go?
Hey, don't give everybody our secrets. I mean, this is a national show. I mean, no, we're gonna leave tomorrow morning at about 11:30. The school hopefully was gonna have a gauntlet for us to get up on the bus, and then we'll get up there, and we're gonna probably get a practice in at Capital Christian for a little bit when we first get there. Get the bus legs out, and then get up in the morning, have breakfast together, and then hopefully get another place and get some shoot around in the morning. And then, game's at 6 o'clock. Get to the gym about 4:30 and be ready to go.
Well, Coach, you're the man. Safe travels up there. Hopefully you're bringing back to the IE a championship, a CIF Division I state title, man. That'd be so awesome.
It would. It'd be the first one in our school history. And, I told my girls, let's leave a legacy while we're here.
You got it. That is Mike Mitchell, the head girls basketball coach for Santiago here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you so much, Coach, and best of luck. All right, that is Coach Mitchell. We're going to take another quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to go inside the Lancers with CBU baseball coach Gary Adcock. That's next.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
What up, y'all? Boostman here, gonna break you off with a quick 2 cent. With over 10 years in the game developing athletes, I'm gonna share with you guys 3 major keys to developing speed. Number 1, you gotta get stronger. This increases your capacity to produce force. Number 2, you gotta improve your running mechanics. I'm talking about arm action, leg action, and good posture. Number 3, you gotta sprint. High-quality sprints that uses acceleration and max speed are vital for sport specificity. There you have it. 3 keys for speed. Now get to it. Your boy, Boost Man.
Hello, I am Vanessa Carbajal, Community Recreation Manager from the City of San Bernardino Parks, Recreation, and Community Services. To let you know, the San Bernardino Arts Fest is back. San Bernardino Arts Fest will be held at Court Street Square, right in the heart of downtown San Bernardino, on Saturday, March 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will have local performance groups, various artists, vendors displaying and selling their work, San Bernardino Unified School District Student Showcase, novelty items, and of course, a variety of food. For those of you who would like to participate as a vendor, go to sbcity.org/parks by February 21st. Artists must be either a San Bernardino or Riverside County resident. For more about the Arts Fest, please call 909-384-5233 or go to sbcity.org/parks. We look forward to seeing you in downtown San Bernardino, coming together as a community to support local artists.
But the Lancers do have 2 outs. Maya Martinez, deep ball to center field. It is up and it is gone. A walk-off shot for Maya Martinez. Game over. California Baptist storms back in extra innings for the victory. Maya Martinez, a 2-run walk-off shot to win it.
Inland Sports Show is a big weekend for CBU baseball and softball. The softball team going 5-0 in the Lancer Invitational. Then they beat Long Beach State last night. They're on a roll right now. And the baseball team picked up some big wins, 3 out of 4 against Seton Hall. Now they hit the road to open up Western Athletic Conference play. Joining us live on the show as we go inside the Lancers, it is CBU skipper Gary Adcock. And Coach, it's kind of been like the car show. We've talked to several coaches tonight. Everyone's been in their car. Everyone's super busy. So where are you? What are you doing right now?
I am in Edinburgh, Texas. We just got done with practice, and my assistants are in Target getting, weekend snacks, and I'm talking with you. So look at me, putting down the food in order to talk with you.
I feel like we talk about food quite a bit because I remember way back when I was interviewing you about Trevor Oakes, and he had just made his major league debut with the Kansas City Royals. And I was like, hey, Coach, you're in Kansas City, right? And you're like, oh, yeah, the barbecue's fantastic. You went right to the food. I remember that interview.
Well, yeah, when Kaiser puts you in the obese category, there's a reason for that. You're always talking about food. So, yeah, no, that's typical for me. Something around a meal.
Well, Coach, listen, how would you kind of describe the early non-league portion of your schedule this season? Because you've had some ups, you've had some downs. You had 3 out of 4 against Seton Hall, so that's good as you go into conference play. But you've had some great moments, and you've had 6-6. I mean, how would you kind of describe what the first part of this schedule has looked like for you guys, the Lancers?
Well, we've been a little bit spoiled. We haven't been 6-6 in a long time. We've been able to start really hot. I think it was 9-0 in our first year of Division I, and 10-2 last year or something like that. So adversity early is better than adversity late. I think you can learn from that. And taking 2 of 3 at national runner-up Oklahoma was great, but then we had a little rough spell in the in-between, and we were just excited to be back home. I believe we were the last Division I team to play a home game when we changed our series here up till Reno and played in snow flurries. But that sounds like a bunch of excuses. And we're not an excuse program, but we're in uncharted territory for us, 500 as we enter league.
That's kind of ironic that you bring that up, Coach, that here in Riverside, we had the storm of the century where there was snow falling in Riverside. So you guys moved to play Nevada up in Reno, and you got snow up there as well, right?
We did. They just had turf, and we're more accustomed to it. So we played in 32 degrees and some snow flurries, and it's good for us. It's all good. when you're a league that's typically a one bid league, you're looking to be good 5 days in May is what we're saying. That's basically the conference tournament should you qualify, and any lesson you can learn to get ready for that is beneficial. But Coach Smithern used to always tell me the best lessons learned are when you win. And I couldn't agree with him more. I don't like learning those lessons when you lose, but sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Coach, going back to that season opening series with Oklahoma, to take that series, did that prove anything to you? Did that say anything about this year's team?
We just had, to Oklahoma's credit, we just had that circled for a long time. The 4 years of no playoffs, no conference tournament in the sport of baseball was difficult, to say the least. So we tried to schedule something that people would consider us being over our skis and a place that we couldn't have success. So we had been pointing to that for a while. I don't know if we caught them off guard or not. They had a big roster turnover, but I think for a lot of people, it was validation that we are a capable Division I baseball institution. I think we know that, but for other people to see that across the country was encouraging to alum and our current roster.
So, Coach, as you go into your conference opening series this weekend, I know you've got a couple regular season WAC titles, but now you're eligible for the NCAA tournament this year. Can you use that, obviously, as Captain Obvious here, as motivation for this year's team to punch their ticket to postseason play?
You can, but it also can be a hindrance, because you're playing freer when you know the result doesn't matter. And now that you know the result does matter, I think our goal is shifted to trying to get these guys to play relaxed and not so fixated on that tournament, but just trying to play our best each day. And that's a tough line when you know that there's something in front of you that's exciting, to just stay in the moment and not look over the horizon too far.
Coach, I saw Mike Carpentier hit a couple out over the weekend against Seton Hall. He's had a big series. Who are some of the guys in your lineup or on the mound that has really, stood out so far for you through the first dozen games?
You know what? Statistically, we're kind of a wreck. We're a really high ERA and a low batting average right now, kind of muddling through it. But we've had Garrett Ostrander, who was never been an everyday player, hitting 400, and really Michael Carpentier is kind of, doing everything for us offensively. Mitch Simon's putting a quiet, good year. On the mound, we're kind of a work in progress. Jacob Wilson and Spencer Bengard probably been our best pitchers from Marietta and Moreno Valley. And we're just hoping that some other people can join along with them and make the strides that they're making.
And finally, Coach, as you open conference play at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, is it exciting to be in the conference play now? Obviously, the non-league or the non-conference schedule is fun. You play some, high-profile, big-brand schools, and that's all good. But do you feel like now that you get into conference play, it feels a little bit more real because now there's going to be something on the line?
It does, and this opponent, and I think all of us coaches are the same. But I say this. Honestly, this is a dangerous opponent. They are very old. They start like 7 seniors, and their pitching staff's old. The coach does a great job. They had 3,000 fans at a game the other night versus Houston. It's a tough environment to play in. It's windy. I would prefer us not start out here, but, you don't get to choose your conference schedule. So, hopefully we survive this test. We're back-to-back weeks in Texas. So we come back here again next week. So of our first 5 weekends of the year, 4 are on the road. So we're really going to find out about our toughness at the end of these first 5 weeks.
All right, Coach, one more question. This is the final one. So you got your coaching staff running around picking up snacks right now. What's your go-to snack? Is there something that when they get out of the car, you're like, hey, guys, don't forget the mini blueberry muffins or whatever? What's your go-to?
We have a 4-man coaching staff, and 2 of them are really into their health. So 2 of them I heard on the way out say, get a bunch of waters. And then you have Coach Brasington and myself, who are more on the lines of, pastries and chips and things like that. So hopefully our wives aren't listening to your broadcast, because we're the older two and the younger two are more into the healthy stuff.
It balances out, perfectly. It balances out.
I don't know if I've drinking a bottle of water in 10 years. So yeah, that's kind of sad. But yeah, no, we're expecting 98 degrees, that it's going to be a little hotter than it's been in Riverside.
So you leave the snow of Reno, and it was actually a cold weekend here in Riverside too, playing those night games, and now you go to Texas where you're almost triple digits, which is crazy.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then, like I told you, it must be a slow news day if you want us on here. You got to get on my Riverside Poly Bears. Like, they're like 6-1 in baseball or something like that. I mean, come on, pick somebody a little bit more entertaining than the 6-6 Lancers. Let's get Coach Ermert on there.
I'm writing that down right now. Riverside Poly Bears, Coach Ermert. He's my boy.
No, I don't know if that's something illegal, and now I'm in trouble with compliance, but that is the alma mater. So you're always rooting for the alma mater. Although there's really good baseball in the city this year. It's going to be exciting to watch all those teams play.
Yeah, we've had King on. I know Arlington's loaded again. Arlington's had such a great run the last couple of years, and Poly's off to a great start too. So yeah, the city of Riverside has some really good baseball teams. But yeah, Coach Ermert at Poly, he's my boy. I'm going to reach out to him because they are off to a good start.
Deal, yeah.
All right,
Sounds
Coach
good.
Adcock, good luck this weekend opening WAC play at RGV, Rio Grande Valley. Thank you so much, Coach. Enjoy the snacks.
Yeah, no, the healthy eating starts now. It starts now. When you interview me next year at this same time, it'll be a totally different me.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
All right.
That is Gary Adcock, the skipper for CBU baseball here on the Inland Sports Show as we go inside the Lancers. Oh, man, he's such a good dude. Great baseball guy. Also funny. Great personality as well. Thank you so much, Coach. Really do appreciate it. All right, we're going to take one more quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, again, we'll talk more about the CIF SoCal Soccer Championship matches and also talk a little SPVC basketball when we come back.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Boots Man here, breaking you with a quick 2 cent. Coachable athletes will always be the best athletes. They meet their coaches' expectations, they can be pushed harder, take constructive criticism, and don't mind having more responsibility placed on their shoulders. Because of this, they see more playing time, have leadership roles on their team, and have coaches who will rave and rant about them. Being coachable doesn't require talent, but it is a skill. You can be a talented athlete on your team, but if you're not coachable, you'll never be the best athlete. Boost Man.
San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the city of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
Sports. You know, and maybe 10 years ago, you'd be like, oh, no, we are never drafting a quarterback, especially in the first round. We'll look like idiots that stands 6 foot or below. There's no way. I mean, I'll get fired. You know, that's what general managers are thinking. I will get fired if I do something like this. But Bryce Young might be the best quarterback in this draft. But now that he's checked in at 5'10", will that scare a lot of teams off?
It was. He did get his first win. So well done, Russell. You know what I mean? He did something good, right?
Yeah, the Clippers were getting mocked, you know, like, oh my gosh, they bring in Russell Westbrook and they're not going to win another game. Like, is it really that bad when he joins your team? But they were 0-5. They finally won last night. Thanks to Paul George. He had a huge game. Kawhi Leonard had 34 and 10, the pride of King High School in Riverside. Inland Sports. And I will be on KCAL 96.7 FM tomorrow morning, on Thursday morning, like I always am, Monday and Thursday, with my boy Patrick in the morning. That's KCAL 96.7 FM. All right, here in our final segment, talking some more high school playoff action, and we'll get to SBVC hoops in just a moment. But first, the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. There's only one team in our coverage area playing for a state championship in basketball. It is, and say it with me, Santiago, the girls basketball team, going up to the Golden One Center, the home of my Sacramento Kings, to take on Oakland Tech for the CIF Division I state championship. That is Friday night, 6 p.m. As you heard from Coach Mitchell earlier in the show, Oakland Tech held off Santiago to pick up a win earlier this season in tournament play back in December. But the Sharks are a much different team right now. We'll see if they can get them in the rematch here in the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game, the D1 state finals for girls hoops. All right now let's talk some soccer. We just wrapped up the high school soccer season with the CIF SoCal Regionals. A couple teams going to the championship in Division 5. And let's start with boys Division 5 soccer. There is San Gorgonio taking on Victor Valley, the Jackrabbits, for the second time in less than 1 week. They beat Victor Valley 1-0 for the CIF Southern Section Division 6 title. And this is highlights of the SoCal Regional Championship in Division 5. And San G did it again. This time 2-0 the final score for San Gorgonio. They are Southern Section champions. They are Southern California champions. So they made a lot of school history this season. Let's hear from head coach Adrian Villalobos on a remarkable year for San G.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of shutouts, but definitely the biggest of the season. We've had a lot of shutouts, but definitely the biggest of the season. Our plan was to shut them out. Honestly, we said we're going to score. We'll find a way to score it. We just got to keep them from scoring, and that's what we did. And their goalkeeper had a great game. I mean, what a great team over there. I told my team before the game, I told them, hey, we're the better team. We're the more talented team. The only way they're going to beat us is to out-hustle us. And they hustle, man. They hustle, but we matched them. And the better soccer paid off at the end.
Man, so happy for Coach Villalobos and San G. That was a big win and a couple championships this season, man. Unbelievable year. All right, on the girls' side in Division 5, we had an all-local final, and it was a rematch like it was on the boys' side in Division 6. It was a rematch on the girls' side from the Division 6 Southern Section Finals. Ramona and Carter, and it's our big boost play of the week. So Carter and Ramona played in the D6 finals in the Southern Section, and it was Ramona winning 2-0 in a heavy rainstorm. In the SoCal Regional Finals at Ramona High School, it was Carter winning 1-0. So a little bit of payback by the Lions. That was the only goal of the match. It was freshman, yes, I said freshman, Maya Davis netting the only goal, and that was early on in the match. I think that was like the 9th minute of the match, giving Carter the 1-0 victory against Ramona. So Ramona is your Southern Section champion in D6, and Carter is your Southern California Regional D5 champion, and that's our big boost play of the week, the goal from Maya Davis to win it for the Carter Lions. All right, finally, here's some college basketball. SBVC back in the Elite Eight for the second straight season. The Wolverines tomorrow night will take on the #1 team from Northern California, San Francisco City. Here is head coach Quincy Brewer talking about the Wolverines' big win this past Saturday night against Pasadena City to punch their ticket to the Elite Eight at West Hills College in Lemoore.
We're in the playoffs right now, and it's all about winning and what's going on. You know, and our defense and also our rebounding in the second half was actually key to our victory. But again, you know what? It was a very hard week for us last week. We probably had about 3 guys that weren't in practice because of various issues, so that's part of the reason why our team was so sluggish. You know, but I just think that our guys played great defense and also rebounded, and they had hard. But again, great job by this other team that we played tonight. Pasadena did a phenomenal job giving us one for our money tonight.
Good luck to Coach Brewer and the Wolverines. Again, opening the Elite Eight on Thursday night against San Francisco City, trying to make a run to that state championship. And best of luck to CBU and UC Riverside in their respective conference postseason tournaments. In fact, CBU men and women have already won their first round games and have advanced in the WAC tournament. They call it WAC Vegas, the conference tournament in Las Vegas right now. And again, best of luck to the Highlanders as well. Hey, who knows? Maybe one of these teams can make it all the way to the big dance, the NCAA tournament this season. Big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, behind the scenes here at T-Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. Stay safe out there. God bless you. And we'll see you next time on your favorite show, The Inland Sports Show.